Imagine waking up to a life where your deepest desires effortlessly transform into reality. This isn't just a dream, it's the promise of the law of attraction. Yet hidden within our daily routines are habits that stealthily sabotage this promise, turning potential wonders into mere wishful thoughts. Join me on this journey as we unveil these elusive habits, starting with one that might be subtly undermining your journey towards manifesting your dreams. The law of attraction, a universal principle as real and reliable as gravity, holds the potential to draw into our lives whatever we focus on. However, it's not just about positive thinking or visualizing success. Unbeknownst to many, certain ingrained habits can create an invisible barrier, repelling the very things we desire. Our first habit lurks in the corners of our minds, often unnoticed, yet powerfully dictating the direction of our lives. This first habit is the trap of constant negativity. Like a silent predator, it creeps into our minds, often unnoticed, and begins to color our worldview. Consider the story of two monks from an ancient parable. One monk always saw the worst in situations, constantly complaining about the weather, the food, and his duties. The other monk chose to find a silver lining in every cloud, viewing challenges as opportunities for growth. Over time, the first monk's life became a self-fulfilling prophecy of misery and discontent, while the second monk found peace and happiness regardless of external circumstances. Negativity, especially when it becomes a habitual way of thinking, acts like a barrier, blocking the positive energies that we wish to attract. It's like trying to plant a beautiful garden in toxic soil. Nothing beneficial can grow. Each negative thought sends a signal to the universe, repelling the very things we desire. Whether it's about our job, relationships, or personal abilities, consistent negative thinking ensures that the positive aspects of life remain at bay. Continuing from this insightful beginning, it is crucial to delve into the philosophy of Arthur Schopenhauer, a 19th-century German philosopher, whose ideas remarkably resonate with the concept of the law of attraction, albeit in a more nuanced and complex way. Schopenhauer, known for his pessimistic view of life, believed that our world is driven by a relentless and aimless will, a blind force underlying all existence. This may seem contrary to the optimistic lens of the law of attraction, but there's a profound connection. Schopenhauer argued that our desires and wants are endless, leading to a cycle of suffering and dissatisfaction. This is closely linked to the first habit mentioned earlier, the trap of constant negativity. Where the law of attraction suggests that focusing on positive thoughts can bring positive outcomes, Schopenhauer's philosophy can be interpreted as a caution against the endless pursuit of desires. He suggested that true peace and contentment come not from obtaining what we desire, but from minimizing our desires. In other words, by reducing the power that our wants and cravings have over us, we can achieve a state of tranquility. This dovetails with the concept of the law of attraction in an unexpected way. If we are constantly negative, focusing on what we lack or cannot achieve, we are, in essence, trapped in a cycle of desire and dissatisfaction, much like Schopenhauer's depiction of human struggle. Our mental energy is consumed by the things we don't have, the complaints about our current situation, and the fear of not achieving what we think we need. To break free from this cycle, Schopenhauer proposed embracing a form of resignation, a willing acceptance of the world as it is without being overly attached to any outcome. This does not mean giving up on goals or aspirations. Instead, it is about approaching life with a calmness and detachment, recognizing that the outer world cannot be the ultimate source of our happiness. This aligns with the deeper aspect of the law of attraction. It's not just about attracting what you want, but also about being in a state of mind where you are at peace with what you have and what you are yet to have. It's about finding contentment in the present moment and not being swayed by the constant swing of desires and aversions. In practical terms, applying Schopenhauer's philosophy to the law of attraction would mean cultivating a mindset where we are aware of our negative thoughts and desires, but not controlled by them. It involves recognizing that while we can aim for positive outcomes, our happiness and peace should not be solely dependent on achieving specific goals. Furthermore, Schopenhauer's emphasis on compassion and empathy as ways to mitigate suffering also complements the law of attraction. By focusing on positive interactions, understanding and kindness towards others, we not only improve our own mental state, but also create a more positive environment around us. This, in turn, can help attract more positive experiences and relationships into our lives. As we journey further into uncovering the habits that hinder the law of attraction in our lives, we encounter a particularly pervasive one: the habit of living in the past. This habit can be as stealthy as shadows at dusk, often disguising itself as nostalgia or regret. Yet it holds a power that can significantly disrupt our ability to attract positivity and abundance in the present moment. The Bible offers profound wisdom on this topic, encapsulated in the words of Apostle Paul in Philippians 3:13, forgetting what is behind and straining toward what is ahead. This powerful message underlines the importance of releasing the past to embrace the possibilities of the now. Similarly, the philosopher Søren Kierkegaard noted, "Life can only be understood backwards, but it must be lived forwards." These insights converge on a singular truth: dwelling in the past shackles us to memories and experiences that no longer serve our present journey. Living in the past manifests in various forms: clinging to old glories, ruminating over past mistakes, or longing for days gone by. Each of these forms creates a mental barrier, preventing us from fully engaging with the present. Like a boat tethered to a dock, we may find ourselves unable to sail into new horizons because we're too tied to where we've been. But how does this habit impact the law of attraction? Simply put, the law of attraction responds to our current energy and focus. When we are fixated on the past, our energy becomes stagnant, unable to resonate with the dynamic possibilities of the present. This misalignment means we are not fully open to receiving new opportunities or experiences. We are, in essence, trying to move forward while looking backward. This brings us to the realm of existentialism, a philosophical movement that emphasizes individual freedom, choice, and personal responsibility. Existentialism encourages us to confront the realities of our existence, including the uncomfortable aspects, and to take ownership of our lives. It's a call to live authentically and purposefully in the present, acknowledging our capacity to shape our future. At the heart of existentialism is the idea that life is fundamentally without predetermined meaning. This might sound daunting, but it actually empowers us. It means that we are free to assign our own meaning to our lives. Unlike the habit of living in the past, which confines us to a narrative already written, existentialism invites us to become the authors of our own stories. Jean-Paul Sartre, a key figure in this philosophical movement, famously said, "Existence precedes essence." This implies that we first exist and then, through our actions and choices, define who we are. In other words, our identity is not fixed, but is continually shaped by how we live in the present moment. This aligns with the law of attraction, as it underscores the importance of our current thoughts and actions in shaping our reality. Existentialism also addresses the concept of bad faith, which is essentially living inauthentically by denying our freedom and responsibility. Living in the past can be seen as a form of bad faith. When we are preoccupied with what has been, we avoid facing the freedom and responsibility we have in the present. We deny ourselves the chance to create a meaningful now because we are too busy reliving a time that no longer exists. Another existential concept is angst, often described as a deep and profound anxiety about one's freedom. While it might seem negative, angst actually serves a vital purpose. It's a reminder of our freedom to choose and the weight of our decisions. This anxiety can be a powerful motivator to live more deliberately and consciously, making choices that align with our true desires and values. Albert Camus, another existential philosopher, discussed the absurdity of life and the human quest for meaning in a seemingly meaningless world. His work suggests that even though life may seem absurd, we can still find value and purpose in our actions. This resonates with the law of attraction, as it implies that our power lies in our ability to give meaning and direction to our lives through our focus and intention. To integrate existentialist principles into our lives, we can start by becoming more aware of our thoughts and actions. Are we focusing on past events, or are we actively engaging with the present? We can practice mindfulness to stay grounded in the now, making conscious choices that reflect our true desires and aspirations. By taking ownership of our present, we empower ourselves to create a future that resonates with our deepest values and ambitions. This approach not only enhances our alignment with the law of attraction, but also leads to a more fulfilling and authentic life. Now we turn our focus to a habit that is often overlooked yet crucially impactful: the tendency to overanalyze and overthink. This habit, while seemingly benign, can act as a formidable barrier to attracting the positive outcomes we desire in our lives. Imagine the mind as a garden. In this garden, thoughts are the seeds. When we overanalyze, it's as if we are constantly digging up these seeds, examining them and questioning their potential to grow. This constant interference disrupts the natural process of growth and fruition. Overthinking breeds doubt and uncertainty, which are energies that contradict the essence of the law of attraction. The philosopher Lao Tzu once said, "Stop thinking and end your problems." This profound statement highlights the power of simplicity and trust in the flow of life. Overthinking often arises from a desire to control outcomes or from fear of the unknown. It's an attempt to mentally simulate every possible scenario, leaving little room for the spontaneity and magic of life. So, how do we step out of the cycle of overthinking and align ourselves with the law of attraction? The key lies in learning to trust the process of life and embracing uncertainty. It's about cultivating faith that the universe has a way of unfolding that is beyond our immediate understanding. One practical approach is to engage in activities that bring us into the present moment and help quiet the mind. This could be anything from painting, gardening, playing a musical instrument, or even cooking. Such activities absorb our full attention and bring a sense of flow, leaving little room for overthinking. Another effective strategy is to practice letting go. This involves consciously recognizing when we are overanalyzing a situation and choosing to release it. A helpful technique is to write down the thoughts or concerns, acknowledge them, and then physically destroy the paper as a symbolic act of letting go. Continuing with this train of thought, embracing the habit of letting go is not just about releasing specific thoughts or worries, it's also about surrendering to the rhythm of life. This means accepting that not everything can be planned or controlled. Life in its essence is unpredictable and full of surprises. When we accept this, we make room for new experiences and opportunities that we might have otherwise missed due to our preoccupation with overthinking. Letting go also involves embracing imperfection. We often overanalyze because we strive for perfection in ourselves, others, and situations. But the truth is, perfection is an unattainable ideal. When we let go of this pursuit, we open ourselves up to a more authentic and fulfilling life experience. This doesn't mean we stop striving for excellence or improvement. Rather, it means we acknowledge our efforts and accept the outcomes, whatever they may be. Now let's delve into the fourth critical habit that can significantly hinder the effectiveness of the law of attraction in our lives: the habit of constant comparison. This often overlooked behavior can subtly erode our sense of self-worth and contentment, creating a barrier to attracting positivity and abundance. The habit of comparison is like walking through a hall of mirrors, each reflection showing us a distorted version of ourselves measured against others. In the era of social media and constant online connectivity, it's all too easy to fall into the trap of comparing our journey to that of others. This can manifest in various ways, from comparing physical appearances to career achievements, financial status, or even personal relationships. Theodore Roosevelt famously said, "Comparison is the thief of joy." These words ring true, especially when considering the law of attraction. When we compare ourselves to others, we shift our focus from our own unique path and potential to a skewed perception of what we lack. This shift in focus sends a message of insufficiency and envy to the universe, which is contrary to the energy required to manifest our desires. To break free from the habit of comparison, the first step is to cultivate self-awareness. Recognize when you're comparing yourself to others and pause. Remind yourself that each person's journey is unique, and comparison only serves to distract from your own path. Continuing with this exploration, it's important to bring in the perspective of a philosopher who deeply understood the nature of human contentment and the pitfalls of comparison: Epicurus. Epicurus, an ancient Greek philosopher, founded a school of thought known as Epicureanism, which offers valuable insights into how we can avoid the trap of constant comparison and foster a life of true happiness. Epicurus taught that the key to happiness is the pursuit of simple pleasures, understanding the natural world, and cultivating friendships. He believed that happiness comes from within and is largely dependent on our attitudes and perceptions, rather than external circumstances or possessions. This philosophy aligns perfectly with overcoming the habit of comparison. Epicurus argued that unnecessary desires, such as the desire for wealth or fame, often lead to dissatisfaction and unhappiness. In the context of the law of attraction, this means that focusing on what we don't have, which is often highlighted by comparing ourselves to others, detracts from our ability to appreciate what we do have. According to Epicurus, by simplifying our desires and focusing on the essential needs of life, like health, friendship, and peace of mind, we can attain a state of tranquility and joy, free from the turmoil of constant comparison. Now we address the final habit, a critical but often neglected aspect that can drastically undermine the law of attraction: ignoring our intuition. Intuition, that inner voice or gut feeling, is a profound guiding force in our lives. When we dismiss it, we turn away from an essential tool that helps align us with our true desires and the universal flow of abundance. Intuition can be seen as our internal compass, directing us toward choices and paths that resonate with our deepest selves. It's a unique blend of emotional intelligence and subconscious awareness, offering insights that transcend logical reasoning. However, in the fast-paced, rational world we live in, this subtle voice is frequently drowned out by the noise of logic, societal expectations, and self-doubt. Ignoring intuition is akin to sailing a ship while disregarding the compass. Without this guidance, we often find ourselves adrift, making choices that don't truly align with our innermost desires and values. This misalignment sends mixed signals to the universe, muddling our ability to attract what we genuinely want in life. The importance of intuition has been recognized across various cultures and philosophies. In Hinduism, the concept of buddhi relates to the intellectual faculty and intuitive intelligence, guiding individuals towards higher wisdom. Similarly, the philosopher Socrates famously referred to his inner voice or demon as a source of guidance that he would not dare to ignore. Carl Jung, a renowned Swiss psychiatrist and psychoanalyst, made significant contributions to our understanding of intuition. He viewed intuition as one of the four major functions of human consciousness, alongside sensation, thinking, and feeling. Jung posited that intuition is more than just a spontaneous feeling. It's a perception of realities that are not immediately apparent to our senses or reasoning processes. Jung's perspective on intuition emphasizes its role in connecting us with the collective unconscious. This concept, central to Jung's analytical psychology, suggests that there is a part of our unconscious mind that is shared among all humans, comprising universal experiences and archetypes. Intuition, in Jung's view, acts as a bridge to this collective unconscious, allowing us to access wisdom and insights that go beyond our personal experiences and knowledge. In practical terms, Jung believed that tapping into our intuition enables us to perceive possibilities and understandings that might otherwise elude us. For instance, when making a decision, our logical mind might weigh the pros and cons based on known facts and past experiences. In contrast, our intuition might guide us towards a choice that feels inherently right, even if it's not the most logical or conventional option. To cultivate and harness intuition, Jung suggested several practices. Firstly, he emphasized the importance of self-reflection and introspection. By regularly taking time to look inward and explore our thoughts and feelings, we can become more attuned to our intuitive voice. Jung also advocated for engaging with our dreams, as he believed they are a direct expression of the unconscious mind and a rich source of intuitive wisdom. Another key aspect of Jung's teachings is the concept of individuation, the process of becoming aware of oneself and integrating different aspects of one's personality. Individuation involves acknowledging and balancing the various facets of our psyche, including those we are less conscious of. By undertaking this journey of self-discovery, we become more connected with our inner selves, thereby enhancing our intuitive capabilities. Jung's insights into intuition offer a profound perspective on this often misunderstood aspect of human experience. His work suggests that intuition is not just a random, unexplainable feeling, but a deep and meaningful part of our psyche that connects us to a wider, collective human experience. By embracing and honing our intuitive abilities, we can make decisions that are more aligned with our true selves and the universal energies that govern our existence. As we conclude this journey, reflect on how you've been responding to the law of attraction. Are you giving it the attention and trust it deserves? I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.